For nearly 2 decades, Kofi Kingston has been a constant presence in WWE, a performer who has not only entertained global audiences with his charismatic energy and high-flying style but has also witnessed the evolution of the company from the inside. As one of the longest-tenured superstars on the roster, Kingston's perspective carries significant weight, especially when he reflects on how the WWE locker room has transformed over the years. In a recent conversation, Kingston opened up about the shifting culture within WWE, comparing the atmosphere of the locker rooms from his early days in the late 2000s to the environment that exists today. His insights paint a vivid picture of a company that has matured, adapted, and become more collaborative, a workplace where respect, professionalism, and camaraderie have slowly replaced the rigid hierarchies and backstage intensity that once dominated the scene. This article takes a deep look at Kingston's reflections, exploring the cultural shifts, generational differences, leadership changes, and evolving expectations that have shaped the modern WWE locker room. It also examines how these changes have impacted the careers and development of today's talent, and why veterans like Kingston believe the company is moving in a healthier direction. Kofi Kingston's WWE career began in 2007, a time when the company's culture was dramatically different from what new talent encounters today. Back then, the locker room was composed of many larger-than-life personalities who had come up through the 90s and early 2000s, a period often described as more intense, competitive, and sometimes intimidating. Kingston recalls that when he first arrived, the environment reflected a strict, unspoken code. Newcomers were expected to be quiet, respectful, and reserved until they earned the trust and recognition of the established roster. Everything from where one sat, how one interacted with veterans, and even how one carried themselves in hallways mattered. Today, Kingston says the locker room is far more welcoming. Younger talent enters with more confidence, encouraged to express themselves openly, ask questions, and seek guidance from veterans. This shift, according to Kingston, is one of the most refreshing and positive changes he has seen over the course of his WWE career. The modern WWE roster is filled with performers who grew up watching Kingston and other current-day veterans. This has created a unique dynamic, one where respect is offered naturally, not demanded. Kingston describes this as one of the most meaningful evolutions in the locker room. A more supportive culture. In earlier eras, pressure sometimes came from within the locker room itself. Younger wrestlers felt they had to prove their toughness or earn their spot through backstage politics. Today, the atmosphere encourages collaboration and mentorship. Instead of veterans acting as gatekeepers, many have embraced the role of guiding new talent. Kingston credits this shift to a combination of evolving workplace values and a generation of wrestlers who understand that the success of the company relies on everyone lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. A healthier competitive spirit. Competition still exists, and always will, but it manifests differently now. Instead of rivalry rooted in ego, Kingston says competition today is more about delivering great performances together. Superstars push one another to raise the bar, but the pressure is no longer punitive or fear-based. This change also helps wrestlers develop more naturally, without the anxiety of navigating backstage politics. Locker room culture often reflects the leadership at the top, from veterans to creative teams to management. Throughout Kingston's career, WWE has undergone several major transitions, new executives, creative shifts, and changes in how superstars are developed or presented. Veterans leading by example. Kingston highlights that veterans today take pride in being approachable. Unlike the old system where younger wrestlers sometimes avoided veterans unless spoken to, the current generation of leaders, including Kingston himself, go out of their way to make new performers feel welcome. This includes offering feedback, sharing advice, and checking in on younger talent who may be nervous before big matches or uncertain about storyline directions. Corporate shifts and modern expectations. WWE as a global entertainment corporation has also modernized. With a greater emphasis on wellness, mental health, safety protocols, and more structured communication, the backstage environment feels more professional than in previous eras. Kingston notes that these changes have significantly reduced the uncertainty and stress that once loomed large in the locker room. The company's evolution has created a workspace that resembles the corporate world while maintaining the creative freedom that WWE performers need. One of the most significant changes Kingston has observed is the rise of social media. When he started, online presence wasn't a major part of WWE life. Today, social media shapes careers, storylines, fan perception, and even the pace at which superstars rise to prominence. Everyone has a platform. Modern wrestlers don't rely solely on television appearances to build their characters. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube allow them to connect directly with fans. This has created opportunities that Kingston's generation did not have early on. With more control over their personal brand, wrestlers can express their creativity in ways that were once unimaginable. At the same time, social media has added pressures, public scrutiny, online criticism, and fan expectations. Shared experiences bring people closer. Interestingly, Kingston mentions that these new pressures have actually brought the roster closer together. Since everyone navigates the same social media landscape, superstars often support one another through the ups and downs of public attention. This kind of solidarity didn't exist in earlier eras where media was more controlled and fan feedback less immediate. As someone who has helped shape the careers of many younger wrestlers, Kingston takes pride in the role mentorship plays in today's locker room. He believes this approach is one of the biggest reasons why WWE's newer talent is so polished, confident, and ready for high-pressure situations. Encouraging creativity. One of Kingston's main messages to younger wrestlers is to stay creative and have fun. WWE thrives on personality, and Kingston knows firsthand that embracing your unique style is key to success. He often tells younger stars not to be afraid of taking risks, whether in promos, ring style, or character development. Breaking down old barriers. In the past, newcomers had fewer opportunities to speak up or pitch ideas. Today, open communication with producers, creative teams, and senior performers is encouraged. This not only benefits young wrestlers but also enhances the quality of WWE programming. Kingston sees this as a major step toward long-term sustainability. Young talent is more engaged, more inspired, and more committed to improving. Kingston's own career, including his historic WWE Championship win at WrestleMania 35, symbolizes a major cultural shift in WWE's approach to representation. The company is more diverse than ever, featuring talent from around the world and from different cultural backgrounds. A more inclusive locker room. Kingston has spoken passionately about how meaningful it is to see people of all backgrounds not only succeeding but being embraced by fans and colleagues. The open, accepting atmosphere in today's locker room allows wrestlers to celebrate who they are, rather than fit into stereotypes or limitations imposed by earlier eras. Breaking barriers together. Moments like Kingston's world title victory helped inspire a generation of wrestlers who now believe that anything is possible. This sense of collective pride strengthens locker room bonds and encourages performers to support each other's achievements. WWE's focus on health has dramatically changed over the years. Kingston acknowledges that early in his career, injuries were often pushed through, and there was a tough it out mentality across the roster. Today, WWE invests heavily in medical support, recovery programs, wellness checks, and mental health initiatives. Reducing long-term damage. The emphasis on safety means wrestlers have longer, healthier careers. Veterans like Kingston appreciate this evolution, especially since many of the legends before them suffered long-term injuries due to the lack of medical oversight in earlier decades. Mental health matters. Open conversations about mental health were rare in the past. Today, performers feel safer discussing stress, burnout, personal struggles, and emotional challenges. Kingston believes this transparency has brought the roster closer and fostered a more genuine connection among colleagues. Advancements in training, performance analytics, and production technology have also influenced the locker room. Kingston notes that WWE's Performance Center, established after he joined the roster, has revolutionized talent development. Training at a higher standard. The Performance Center offers world-class coaching, video analysis, strength training, nutrition guidance, and promo classes, resources that earlier generations did not have. Wrestlers today enter the locker room more prepared than ever before. A better understanding of the craft, video playback, match analysis, and structured coaching sessions help wrestlers refine their performance without ego or guesswork. This shared commitment to improvement contributes to a more united, forward-thinking locker room. As Kingston reflects on the changing WWE environment, he does so with pride and gratitude. He acknowledges that not all changes have been easy, and evolution often brings challenges. But overall, he believes the modern locker room represents the best version of WWE's culture to date. A better workplace for future stars. Kingston hopes that the younger generation finds WWE to be a place where creativity thrives, where collaboration replaces conflict, and where everyone feels respected. He knows firsthand how difficult the life of a WWE superstar can be, and he is committed to ensuring that the next generation navigates that journey with more support and positivity than ever. An era of opportunity. From international talent rising through the ranks to women headlining major events, Kingston sees this as a golden era of opportunity. The evolution of the locker room plays a major role in making this possible. A grateful veteran, even after nearly 20 years, Kingston remains passionate about WWE. The changes he has witnessed give him hope that the company will continue to innovate, diversify, and elevate the wrestling industry for decades to come. Kofi Kingston's reflection on the changing WWE locker room offers a rare, inside look at how professional wrestling has evolved behind the scenes. His observations highlight a shift toward respect, inclusivity, wellness, creativity, and professional growth, a far cry from the rigid hierarchies and backstage tensions that once defined earlier eras. Today's locker room is a place where wrestlers help each other, learn from each other, and celebrate each other's success. It is a place shaped by modern values, new leadership, and a generation of performers who understand that wrestling is not just about individual glory but about collective storytelling. As WWE continues to grow globally, Kingston's perspective serves as a reminder that the heart of the company is not the bright lights or large arenas. It is the people behind the curtain. And according to Kingston, those people are more united, more supportive, and more passionate than ever before. In many ways, the evolution of the locker room mirrors the evolution of WWE itself. A company determined to adapt, innovate, and create an environment where everyone has the chance to shine. Kofi Kingston, as both a witness and contributor to this transformation, believes the future is brighter than ever.